Hello everyone, welcome to my channel BioFun Learning. Kindly like, share and subscribe my channel. I am Dr. Sarita Agrari and today I am going to teach you a new chapter of class 8's Microorganisms, Friends and Foe. Microorganisms. You might have heard this term various times, but you don't know the exact meaning of this. Now let's understand the term microorganisms. Micro means very small. Organisms means living things which cannot be seen by the naked eyes or unaided eyes. Means we need some aid to see microorganisms like microscope. Do you know we have lots of microorganisms in our surroundings? अभी आप जहाँ बैठे हो उसके सराउंडिंग्स में भी मिलियंस एंड ट्रिलियंस ऑफ माइक्रोब्स हैं जो हमें दिखाई नहीं देते हैं. हमारे बॉडी में भी मिलियंस ऑफ माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स होते हैं. दे आर एसेंशियल टू अवर बॉडी. Microorganisms are classified into four categories: bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and algae. Besides this, there is one more category, virus. They only grow on living organisms like plants, animals, and humans. Let's understand what are bacteria. Bacteria are microscopic living organisms, usually single-celled or unicellular, that can be found everywhere. They found in different shapes like spherical or circular, rod shaped, spiral shaped. Some of them are beneficial to us like curd producing bacteria lactobacillus. Some of them causes infection to us. Might be familiar with some bacteria like typhoid tuberculosis bacteria, one of the major diseases in India that we will discuss later. Fungi are the group of living organisms which are classified in their own kingdom. They may be single cellular or multicellular. They are very common in nature. Now let's understand the next term, protozoa. Protozoa is a single cellular or unicellular organism. They feed on organic matter, for example amoeba and paramecium. They causes common diseases like dysentery and malaria. Now let's understand what are algae. Some algae are unicellular and some are multicellular. For example, Spirogyra, Chlamydomonas. They are diverse group of photosynthetic eukaryotic organisms that are not necessarily closely related and is thus polyphyletic. Now let's understand the very interesting term viruses. Viruses are different than other microorganisms. They are submicroscopic infectious agent, means they are very small than the other microorganisms like bacteria, fungi. They reproduce only inside the cells of a host organisms. Host organisms कोई भी हो सकता है. It may be bacteria, plant, animals and humans. तो viruses living करके भी act होते हैं and non living करके भी act होते हैं. When they are on host organisms, they act as a living organisms, and when they are outside the host organism, they act as a non-living organisms. They causes diseases like common cold, influenza, polio, chicken pox, और आजकल जो बहुत सुनने में आ रहा है वो है डिजीज कोरोना. कोरोना इज अ कम्युनिकेबल डिजीज. इट इज कॉज्ड बाय वायरस कोरोना वायरस से होता है, जो इसको कॉमनली नोन एज कॉमनली कहा जाता है कोविड-19. It attacks on human respiratory systems. We don't have vaccine on corona, but lots of research is going on for the formation of corona vaccine. But as you know, we have polio vaccine and polio is completely eradicated from India by the Pulse Polio program. पोलियो वैक्सीन ओरल भी होती है और इंजेक्टेबल वैक्सीन भी होती है कि माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स कहाँ कहाँ होते हैं. वेयर डू द माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स लिव? माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स they are single celled like bacteria, some algae and protozoa, or multicellular such as many algae and fungi. Microorganism present everywhere. जहाँ कोई भी नहीं जा सकता ना रह सकता है वहाँ पे microorganisms होते हैं. They live in all types of environments like ice cold climate to hot springs, even in volcanoes, desert to marshy lands. Some microorganisms grow on other microorganisms and some exist freely. In human body there are millions of microorganisms. They are essential to our body. Let me tell you a small interesting story about how the earth is came in existence. Approximately 4.5 billion years ago, when Earth was a big bang, एक आग का गोला था. नो लाइफ वॉज देयर ऑन अर्थ. कोई भी लाइफ अर्थ पे सर्वाइव नहीं कर सकती थी. सो द क्वेश्चन वॉज दैट हाउ डिड इट हैपन्स, हाउ द लाइफ केम ऑन अर्थ. उसके बाद धीरे धीरे अर्थ कूल होती रही. अभी भी अगर हम सेंट्रल पार्ट ऑफ अर्थ देखेंगे तो वहाँ धधकती आग है, वोल्केनोज है, दैट कैन मेल्ट अवर बॉडी इन seconds. Around 3.5 billion years ago, Earth cooled a bit, enough for water to form vapors, and some organic molecules came together and formed life. We don't know how did this exactly happen, but it did. First life archaea was formed. Archaea अभी भी volcanic places में पाया जाता है. For example, hydrothermal vents, hot geysers, oil wells, etc. आर्किया से बाद में बैक्टीरिया बने. बैक्टीरिया आर प्रोकैरियोटिक सिंगल सेल्ड ऑर्गेनिज्म विदाउट न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन. देन ऑक्सीजन लेवल स्लोली इंक्रीजेस फ्रॉम 0 to 10%. Cyanobacteria form, who prepares their own food, and then more oxygen form on earth. So from 3.5 billion years to 2.1 billion years, prokaryotes ruled the earth. They were alone on earth. Then eukaryotes formed around 2.1 billion years ago. How did eukaryotes evolve? It is also another interesting story. Prokaryotes eat or engulf another prokaryotes. मतलब एक prokaryote दूसरे prokaryote को खा जाता है and forget to digest it. उसको digest नहीं कर पाता. They act as a one single celled organisms. और वो एक सिंगल सेल करके एक्ट होता है और वैसे ही वो रेप्लिकेट होता है और ग्रुप ऑफ सेल्स फॉर्म होते हैं और उन्हीं ग्रुप ऑफ सेल्स से एक ऑर्गेनेल्स बनता है. इट मेक्स अ कॉम्प्लेक्स मल्टीसेलुलर ऑर्गेनिजम्स एंड देन द लाइफ स्टार्ट्स इवॉल्विंग. Earth is 70% water, so the organism in water has shown lots of biodiversity. That's called Cambrian explosion theory, and that's how we start most of the animals and plants on Earth. That is the wonderful story of life. So, if you began the life clock, the microorganism began at 5 o'clock in the morning, dinosaurs at 10 o'clock at night, and we human just few minutes before 12 o'clock at midnight. You can see what a small fraction we are in the history of universe. Microorganisms and us. माइक्रोऑर्गेनिज्म बोलते से ही हमारे माइंड में डिजीजेस आते हैं, बट इट इज़ नॉट लाइक दैट. सम माइक्रोऑर्गेनिजम्स आर बेनिफिशियल टू अस एंड सम आर हार्मफुल टू अस. दे कॉजेज डिजीजेस. तो अब हम स्टडी करते हैं फ्रेंडली माइक्रोऑर्गेनिजम्स. फ्रेंडली माइक्रोऑर्गेनिजम्स बहुत सी जगह यूज़फुल होते हैं, लाइक प्रिपरेशन ऑफ कर्ड, ब्रेड एंड केक्स, fermentation of idli and dosa batter, cleaning of environment, in agriculture to increase the soil fertility, in preparation of medicines. आपने अपने घर में भी देखा होगा अपनी मम्मी को कर्ड बनाते हुए. एक बाउल वार्म मिल्क लेते हैं, उसमें एक चम्मच कर्ड डाल के रख देते हैं और नेक्स्ट डे पूरा मिल्क कर्ड में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है. कर्ड में लैक्टोबैसिलस नाम के बैक्टीरिया होते हैं. दोज लैक्टोबैसिलस मल्टीप्लाइज एंड कन्वर्ट द मिल्क इनटू कर्ड. लैक्टोबैसिलस डाइजेशन में भी हेल्प करता है. Bacteria are also involved in making of cheese, pickles, and many other food items like idli dosa batter in baturas. Take half kg of flour or atta or maida, add, add some sugar, mix with warm water, add small amount of yeast powder in it, and knead to make a soft dough. After 2 hours, dough is rising because yeast reproduce rapidly and produce carbon dioxide during respiration. That bubbles of gas fills the dough and increase the volume. इसीलिए ईस्ट बेकिंग इंडस्ट्री में ब्रेड, पेस्ट्रीज एंड केक्स बनाने में यूज़ किया जाता है. नाउ लुक एट द commercial use of microorganisms. Microorganisms are used for large scale production or industrial production of alcohol, wine, acetic acids or vinegars. लार्ज स्केल प्रोडक्शन और इंडस्ट्रियल प्रोडक्शन मीन्स बल्क प्रोडक्शन ऑफ दैट प्रोडक्ट. मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा अमाउंट में कोई प्रोडक्ट बना रहे हैं तो उसे लार्ज स्केल प्रोडक्शन और इंडस्ट्रियल प्रोडक्शन कहा जाता है. फॉर दैट ईस्ट इज़ यूज्ड. In this process, yeast is grown in the natural sugars present in the grains like barley, wheat, rice, crushed fruit juice, etc. Now let's do a small experiment जो आप घर पे भी करके देख सकते हैं. Take 500 ml of any container, fill it with 3/4 of water, add 2-3 teaspoons of sugars and add half spoon of yeast powder. Keep it at warm place for few days. Now smell it. It smells as alcohol because sugar is converted to alcohol by yeast. This process of conversion of sugar into alcohol is known as fermentation. This process is discovered by Louis Pasteur in 1857. Louis Pasteur को ही father of modern microbiology भी कहा जाता है. Now let us look at the medicinal uses of microorganisms. जब भी हम बीमार होते हैं तो डॉक्टर हमें एंटीबायोटिक्स देते हैं. एंटीबायोटिक्स टैबलेट्स भी हो सकते हैं, कैप्सूल्स और इंजेक्शंस भी होते हैं, सच एज पेनिसिलिन्स. द सोर्स ऑफ दीज मेडिसिन्स इज माइक्रोऑर्गेनिजम्स. सच मेडिसिन्स आर कॉल्ड एंटीबायोटिक्स. एंटीबायोटिक्स क्या करते हैं? दे किल और स्टॉप द ग्रोथ ऑफ डिजीज कॉजिंग माइक्रोऑर्गेनिजम्स. लेकिन एंटीबायोटिक्स जब भी हम लेते हैं तो डॉक्टर्स के प्रिस्क्रिप्शंस के अकॉर्डिंग लेनी चाहिए. इसका एक डोज होता है. यूजुअली इट टेक्स 5 days एंटीबायोटिक्स कोर्स. अगर आप अननेसेसरीली एंटीबायोटिक्स ले रहे हो तो इट मे किल द बेनिफिशियल बैक्टीरिया ऑफ आवर बॉडी एंड फ्यूचर में जब भी ज़रूरत हो तो वो एंटीबायोटिक्स बॉडी पे काम नहीं करेगी. एंटीबायोटिक्स आर नॉट इफेक्टिव ऑन वायरसेस causing diseases like cold and flu. It's a viral disease, and for that you should take antiviral drugs. In 1929, Alexander Fleming prepared first antibiotic penicillin. He was working on disease-causing bacteria. He found some spores on little green mold in bacterial plate. He observed the presence of mold prevented the growth of bacteria and also killed many of the bacteria from this antibiotic penicillin made. There are lots of antibiotic produced from bacteria and fungi like streptomycin, tetracycline, erythromycin. They are also used to control plant diseases. Why do we get vaccinations? Vaccines क्या होते हैं? Vaccines, when a disease carrying microbes enters our body, the body produces antibodies to fight the invader. Now the body also remember how to fight the microbes if it enters again. मतलब कोई अगर माइक्रोब्स डिजीज कॉजिंग माइक्रोब्स बॉडी में एंटर करता है और तो बॉडी उसके अगेंस्ट में WBCs उसके अगेंस्ट में एंटीबॉडीज़ प्रोड्यूस करती है जो बॉडी में स्टोर्ड रहती है. और जब कभी फिर से वो डिजीज़ कॉजिंग माइक्रोब्स बॉडी में एंटर करते हैं तो वो एंटीबॉडीज़ जो स्टोर्ड एंटीबॉडीज़ होती है फिर और एंटीबॉडीज़ बनाती है और उस डिजीज़ कॉजिंग माइक्रोब्स को वो किल करती है. तो इसी प्रोसेस पे वैक्सीन्स बनाई जाती है. वैक्सीन्स डेड और वीकेंड माइक्रोब्स को यूज़ करके बनाई जाती है, लेकिन दोनों एक ही तरीके से काम करती है. देर आर सेवरल डिजीज इंक्लूडिंग कॉलरा, ट्यूबरकुलोसिस, स्मॉल पॉक्स एंड हेपेटाइटिस कैन बी प्रिवेंटेड बाय वैक्सीनेशंस. Edward Jenner discovered the first vaccine for smallpox disease in 1798. जैसे ही चाइल्ड बॉर्न होता है उसे कुछ ही दिनों में ही वैक्सीनेशन देना स्टार्ट करते हैं. ऑल ऑफ यू मस्ट नो दिस इज़ वैक्सीनेशन चार्ट. इसमें बताया है कि किस एज में कौन सी वैक्सीन देते हैं. जैसे चाइल्ड बॉर्न होते से ही BCG वैक्सीन देते हैं, पोलियो वैक्सीन 2 months, 4 months, 6 months में देते हैं. इस तरीके से सारे वैक्सीनेशंस दिए जाते हैं. पोलियो वैक्सीन के बारे में आपने बहुत कुछ पढ़ा होगा एडवर्टाइजमेंट्स में, न्यूज़पेपर्स में. पल्स पोलियो प्रोग्राम जो हमारे यहाँ होता है, by this program it is almost eradicated from our country. Like that, smallpox is also eradicated from most part of the world through worldwide campaign against smallpox. Vaccines are made at large scale from microorganisms to protect humans and animals from several diseases. Increasing soil fertility. Some bacteria are able to fix nitrogen from the atmosphere to enrich soil with nitrogen and increase its fertility. These microbes are commonly called biological nitrogen fixers, for example, Rhizobium and Azotobacter. Cleaning the environment. Microorganisms can be used to degrade harmful, smelly substances and thereby clean the environment. You can do this small experiment at your home. It is in your NCERT book also. Take two pots, A and B. Name them A and B. In pot A, put some plant and animal waste in it and half filled with the soil. And in pot B, put polythene bags and gas bottles and half filled with the soil. uh, Keep it aside for a few days. After some time, you found in pot A the things are decomposed completely into manure by microorganisms. These manures can be used again by the plants. In pot B, the things are not decomposed by microbes, they are as it is. So the organic matter is decomposed by microorganisms easily into manure and clean the environment. तो अभी तक हम फ्रेंडली माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स के बारे में पढ़ रहे थे. अब हम देखेंगे हार्मफुल माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स. सम माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स कैन कॉज डिजीज इन ह्यूमंस, प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल्स. सच माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स आर नोन एज पैथोजेंस. जो डिजीज कॉजिंग माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स होते हैं उन्हें हम पैथोजेंस कहते हैं. सम माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स स्पॉइल फूड, क्लॉथिंग एंड लेदर. Diseases are of two types: communicable disease and non-communicable disease. Non-communicable disease will be discussed later. Microbial disease that can spread from an infected person to healthy person through air, water, food, or physical contact are called communicable diseases. For example, cholera, common cold, chickenpox, tuberculosis, jaundice, corona. Now study how do we get infected. When a person suffering from common cold sneezes, fine droplets of moisture carrying thousands of viruses are spread in the air. The virus may enter the body of a healthy person while breathing and cause infection. Now let's look at the preventions. We should keep a handkerchief on the nose and mouth while sneezing. It is better to keep a distance from an infected person, that is social distancing. Use mask, wash hands frequently. What are carriers? The infected person or animals that carries the infection are called carriers. In case of the corona, the carriers is a human. It infects from person to person. But there are some diseases in which carriers are insects and animals. For example, female Anopheles mosquito, which carries the parasites for malaria. Another example is female Aedes mosquito act as a carrier of dengue virus. So that all mosquitoes are breed in water. So don't let water collect anywhere in coolers, tires, etc. Keep surroundings clean and dry. It prevents mosquito from breeding. Look at this chart. ह्यूमन डिजीजेस कॉज्ड बाय माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स. इसमें आपको ह्यूमन डिजीजेस कौन सी है और किससे होती है, पॉजिटिव एजेंट्स क्या है और मोड ऑफ ट्रांसमिशन एंड प्रिवेंटिव मेजर्स बताए गए हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल ट्यूबरकुलोसिस इज कॉज्ड बाय बैक्टीरिया एंड मोड ऑफ ट्रांसमिशन इज एयर, लाइक cholera and typhoid. Its mode of transmission is water and caused by bacteria. Malaria causes due to protozoa and mode of transmission is mosquito. Hepatitis, measles, chickenpox, polio, these are caused by the viruses. Disease causing microorganisms in animals. Several microorganisms not only cause diseases in humans and plants but also in other animals. For example, anthrax is a dangerous human and cattle disease caused by bacterium Bacillus anthracis. Foot and mouth disease of cattle is caused by a virus. Anthrax is a disease first discovered by Robert Koch in 1876. Disease causing microorganisms in plants. Several microorganisms causes disease in plants like wheat, rice, potato, sugarcane, orange, apple, etc. They reduce the yield of crop. They controlled by certain chemicals like pesticides, weedicides, insecticides. Look at the table of some common plant diseases caused by microorganisms. For example, citrus canker. It causes on citrus fruits like lemon. It causes by bacteria. Mode of transmission is air. Rust of wheat. It causes by fungi. Mode of transmission is air or infected seeds. Yellow vein mosaic bhindi or okra. It causes by viruses and mode of transmission is insect. Food poisoning. Food poisoning causes due to consumption of spoiled food by some microorganisms. They produce some toxic substances. It causes serious illness and even death. So it is important to preserve food. Now question arises, how to preserve food. Let's look at the food preservation. अगर आपके पास मैंगो है और आपने उसको 10 दिन तक रख दिया तो वो ख़राब हो जाएगा, लेकिन अगर आप पिकल बना कर रख रहे हो तो वो 2 साल तक भी ख़राब नहीं होगा। ये होता है प्रिजर्वेटिव्स की वजह से, वो हम अभी देखेंगे। You know that the bread left unused under moist conditions is attacked by fungus. Microorganisms spoil our food. Spoiled food emits bad smell and has bad taste and changed color. आपने अपने घर में भी देखा होगा, जब ब्रेड खराब हो जाती है तो उस पर ग्रेइश वाइट पैचेस आ जाते हैं। वो पैचेस आते हैं फंगस की वजह से, और वो फंगस होता है राइजोपस स्टोलोनिफेर। Black spots are sporangia of the fungus. Hyphae takes nutrient from bread and spread by sexual and asexual reproduction. Chemical methods of food preservation. Salt and edible oils are the common chemical generally used to check the growth of microorganisms. Therefore, they are called preservatives. We add salt or acid preservatives to pickles to prevent the attack of microbes. Sodium benzoate and sodium metabisulfite are common preservatives. These are also used in jams and squashes to check their spoilage. Preservation by common salt. Common salt has been used to preserve meat and fish for ages. Meat and fish are covered with dry salt to stop the growth of bacteria. Salting is also used to preserve amla, raw mangoes, tamarind, etc. Preservation by sugar. Jams, jellies, squashes are preserved by sugar. Sugar reduces the moisture content, which inhibits the growth of bacteria which spoil food. Preservation by oil and vinegar. Use of oil and vinegar prevents spoilage of pickles because bacteria cannot live in such an environment. Vegetables, fruits, fish, and meat are often preserved by this method. So these are the techniques by which we can preserve our food. इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि जो पिकल्स या मैंगोज़ या मैंगो पिकल्स या जैम्स होते हैं उसके अंदर कोई माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स नहीं होते, लेकिन जो हम प्रिजर्वेटिव यूज़ कर रहे हैं उसकी वजह से जो बैक्टीरिया उसको स्पॉइल कर सकते हैं वो उसमें ग्रो नहीं कर सकते, बट देर आर सम माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स विच आर बेनिफिशियल टू अस। हीट एंड कोल्ड ट्रीटमेंट। आपने देखा होगा अपने घर में आपकी मदर मिल्क स्टोर करने के पहले या यूज़ करने के पहले उसको बॉईल करती है। बॉइलिंग किल्स मेनी माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स। सिमिलरली we keep our food in refrigerator, so the low temperature inhibits the growth of microbes. The packet milks are pasteurized, that's why they don't get spoiled. Pasteurized milk can be consumed without boiling, it's free from microbes. Pasteurization technique discovered by Louis Pasteur. It is done by two ways. First is LTLT technique, low temperature, long time. In this, milk is heated 62.5 degrees Celsius to or 144.5 degree Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. And the second technique is HTST, high temperature short time, in which milk is heated 72 degrees Celsius or 161.5 degree Fahrenheit for 15 seconds. But in both the techniques, after heating, the milk is suddenly chilled and stored. This process is known as pasteurization. Storage and packing. These days, dry fruits and even vegetables are sold in sealed airtight packets to prevent the attack of microbes. Nitrogen cycle. First, look at the nitrogen fixation. As we know, the atmosphere, the highest percentage of gas is nitrogen, nearly 78%. This atmospheric nitrogen is in the gaseous form. It need to be converted into the nitrogenous compound. As you know, the nitrogen is very essential constituent of all living organisms as a part of protein, chlorophyll, nucleic acids and vitamins. So that the atmospheric nitrogen is in the gaseous form, it need to be converted into the nitrogenous compound that could be consumed by plants and animals. It starts with the root nodule of the leguminous plant like pulses. You have already learned it in the rhizobium. lives in the root nodule of the leguminous plants such as bees and peas, with which it has a symbiotic relationship. Symbiotic relationship means both get benefited by this relationship. In nitrogen cycle, the atmospheric nitrogen is converted into the nitrite by bacteria Nitrosomonas, and nitrite is converted to the nitrate by bacteria Nitrobacter. It can be utilized by the plants from the soil through their root system. Nitrogen is then used for the synthesis of plant proteins and other compounds. Animals feeding on the plants get these proteins and other nitrogen compounds. When plants and animals die, bacteria and fungi present in the soil convert the nitrogenous wastes into the nitrogenous compounds to be used by the plants and plants again. Certain other bacteria convert some part of the nitrogen gas which goes back to the atmosphere. As a result, the percentage of nitrogen in the atmosphere remain more or less constant. Thanks for watching, and if you have any queries then comment it.